He's such a poser. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry, so this is going to be technically episode 2, but it's technically episode 3. I'm going to explain myself really fast. I ended up muting myself for the for the second episode. So I'm just going to give you guys a rough summary of what happened last time. It was a 30-minute episode where basically I met Hugo, who is her teacher, who's another interest. I met Damien, who is another interest. He's like a Victorian era, I don't know. He looks like a fucking vampire. He's got long, stupid hair. Anyway, he was at oh man, you guys missed out on a great episode. I really wish I would have been fucking online for that. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. Anyway, Poser67 here. Last time we basically found out that her schooling has been bad lately. She's kind of being like depressive a little bit. She's talking to a guy. I don't remember his name. Damien we met, who's a Victorian era guy who's pissed off at, it was like Goth something and beyond, and it was pretty funny. We met Hugo, who was her teacher. So we've met all of the possible candidates. We worked out with Craig, I think his name was. And that's basically it. I mean, not a bunch happened, but it was just funny all the way through. So we'll see how funny this one is. So I'm sleeping. Morning sleepyhead. 5 more minutes. You have never ever let me have 5 more minutes, so get up. Fine. Man, I've gotten old. We have cereal for breakfast and spend the morning putting together furniture. Amanda is much better at interpreting the tiny manuals. We're able to put together a few shelves in one desk, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a bookcase. So you excited for the cookout today? So it must be Saturday. Excited to beef up my grilling skills. If there's food, I'm excited. I'm all over these terrible store-bought sugar cookies that everyone brings to parties. Yeah, those are bad. Which means there are more for me. Don't you want me to meet some of the other people in the neighborhood? I'll probably end up standing uncomfortably in the corner with a plate of food and hope that nobody talks to me. Dad, you're a beautiful work in progress. We will get that butterfly to emerge from the cocoon. Do I work? So far I haven't worked at all, so I assume I have money. Maybe my wife died, I murdered her, and I got a big, life insurance policy from her or something. I'm guessing that's what happened. The social butterfly. Well, we better start getting ready. We definitely don't want to be late. What? No, we have to be fashionably late. Who shows up to a cookout on time? You know what? We're going early just because you said that. I head out to the door and Amanda reluctantly follows. We walk across the street to Joseph's house with a store-bought veggie plate. I'm a terrible cook if it doesn't involve a grill. I guess we're not as early as we thought. Joseph's backyard is already packed with people, and the smell of hot dog wafts through the air. Small children run through sprinklers, and adults chat in small clusters. I set our veggie plate down on the table next to the 2 other veggie plates. Hey, there's Joseph. I wave to get his attention. The moment he sees us, he jogs over, arms open wide. Welcome, I'm so glad you 2 are here, and you brought veggies. Let me introduce you to my family. Kids, come over here. This is Chris, my eldest.
Hey.
We met. Hi. This is Christian and Christy. They're twins. That's a lot of twins. They start creepily and say nothing. Then, of course, there's our youngest, Krish. Wait, where is Krish? Maybe Mary put him in his crib. Oh no, it's the woman from the bar the other night. What is she doing here? Oh, and how could I forget my lovely wife, Mary? Joseph pecks her on the cheek. She smiles. Ah, Mary, sweetheart, did you put Christian to bed? I have to go look for him. I'll have to go look for him? What? You'll have to... Joseph takes a moment to regain his composure. Mary, this is our new neighbor, Poser67, and his daughter, Amanda. I'd shake your hand, but I have a glass of wine that I need to tend to. I love her. Nice to meet you, Mary, for the first time. Charmed. Well, I have to go over there now. Mary leaves. Oh God, this is so awkward. I wonder if Joseph knows. I wonder if Mary knows that Joseph knows. I wonder if Joseph knows that Mary knows that I know. It takes all my energy not to run away from the barbecue and start fresh in the new city. Ha ha ha, my wife has a wonderful sense of humor, but please, you two enjoy the barbecue. All the guys are really excited to meet you. Amanda and I mill around and try some food spread. Let's try some of the food spread out on the table. I pick up some deviled eggs. Amanda grabs a small paper plate and immediately begins piling it with baked goods. I don't want to have to make friends.
Aww.
We already made a bunch of friends, I thought. Come on, Dad. Who are you going to party with when I go off to school? But I don't want to have to do pleasantries. Dad. They're going to talk about weather. Go. Do it. Make a friend. But how could I bother abandon my only child on a social function? That's bad parenting. This plate of cookies is my new dad. Bye. Damn, oh fuck. She told me! Amanda shoves me into the center of the yard. Well, here goes nothing. I look around the party and am surprised to see some familiar faces. Isn't that the barista from the coffee shop? Didn't I meet that guy at the bar? Didn't that guy throw a frisbee at my head? Isn't that the guy who was throwing a fit in Dead Gotham Beyond? That was the name of the fucking place. Dead Gotham Beyond. It was so funny. Isn't that Amanda's teacher? Hey, I know Craig. But wait a second. All these people live in our cul-de-sac? That can't be right. I'd better investigate. Talk to Robert and Brian. Talk to Matt, Hugo, and Craig. Talk to Joseph and Damien. Burger Time. I like Burger Time better, but let's talk to Matt, Hugo, and Craig. Matt, Hugo seem to be embroiled in intense discussion. Craig looks on, smiling politely. I walk over and say hello. Well, I don't think it's fair to try and compare two art movements like that. Periods in art only exist because they're a unique byproduct of social and political climate of the time and place. And to try to make something like, say, the Rococo period, compare it to the postmodernism of in America, you're completely disregarding the context in which a work of art is created. Matt and Hugo seem to be busy talking that they don't notice me. Craig leans in. Dude, I have no idea what's happening. Listen in on Matt and Hugo. That kind of comparison just eliminates the reason art movements are so important in the first place. You're not wrong, but I think there's no harm comparing one work of art to another. You could definitely say one painting is better than another if you're evaluating technical skill from a purely formalist standpoint. I agree. If I showed you a Matisse? If I showed you, I'm going to say Matisse. If I show you a Matisse and then something by the Dutch masters, which one would you say shows more technical prowess? I'm so lost right now. I shoot a worried glance over at Craig, who returns.
I don't know.
Well, sure, you could say that the Dutch masters were technically more skilled, but I would argue that while the Dutch masters were better painters, Matisse had better paintings overall. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Well, that's pretty subjective. Art is dead. Let's go with that. We were just discussing the importance of context when talking artwork. Listen, all I asked was if you liked Van Gogh or Picasso better. Aren't they around this? No, Picasso is more recent. Van Gogh is from her mid-1800s, I think, right? I think so. Hugo throws up his hands in frustration, but they represent two completely different art movements. How could I possibly choose between the thick, creamy impasto of post-impressionism and the abstractionist beauty of cubism? This is abstractionist is Picasso, I think, and impasto of post-impressionism is Van Gogh. Man, that's all way above my head. Me too.
Hey.
Haha, it's all good, man. The cool thing about art is that we all perceive it differently. A single piece could have a totally different effect on each person that looks at it, and that's awesome.
Oh.
Just 1 minute about that. Hugo, please. Sorry. I get really fired about art stuff. Poser67, how are you liking the neighborhood? It's pretty nice. Everybody's been super friendly.
Hey.
Seems like your daughter is fitting in just fine. Matt points across the yard to Amanda, Daisy, and another young girl are playing. They're all sitting cross-legged in the grass, picking weeds and weaving them into little flower crowns. And it's pretty adorable. The girl I don't recognize jogs over to us. What is it, sweetheart? It's a flower crown. I thought it looked cute in it.
Hey.
I thought you'd look cute in it? I thought I'd look cute in it. Well, there's only one way to find out. Matt takes the flower crown and places it on top of his head. Aw, that's cute. Am I cool now? The girl stares at him, thinking it over. Nope, but you're slightly less uncool than you were before you put it on. Hey, Poser67, this is my daughter. Hello, I'm Carmencita? Amanda comes over with Daisy in tow. God, she's 17 and she's 10. Why the fuck are they talking? Dad, look, I'm making friends. Are you making friends? You better be making friends. Yeah, actually, Amanda, you remember your cool barista from the coffee shop and my old college friend and your teacher? Oh, hi, Mr. Vega. I didn't realize we were neighbors.
Oh.
Yep. You still gonna get me that overdue term paper? Haha, great seeing you. Finger guns her way out of the conversation like a champ. She learned the finger gun move from me. I'm very proud.
Oh.
She's definitely a charmer. Speaking of which, where did my
What?
son go? Hugo looks around the party. He must finally spot him because his eyes go wide.
What?
Ernest Hemingway Vega. Oh, I love it. Ernest Hemingway. Are you smoking?
Hmm?
Ernest is holding a lit cigarette. Nope. I see Ernest across the way. He's casually takes a long drag of the cigarette and then flicks it into a
Oh.
gutter. Unbelievable. Excuse me. Hugo marches over to Ernest and I turn my attention to Matt and Craig. Kids, right? Man, I do not envy Hugo. The last barbecue we had, Ernest tried to shove a sparkler down Joseph's pants, nearly burned down half the yard. Damn. And the barbecue we had before that, he actually burned down half the yard. And then it spread onto my lawn and burned down half of my yard, too. Hugo walks back over to us, practically dragging Ernest behind him. Hey everybody, sorry about that. Poser, this is my son Ernest. Hello. Ernest looks away, sulking, his hands shoved deep in his pockets. Hugo nudges him impatiently. Hey. Nice to meet you, Ernest. What grade are you in?
Oh.
Doesn't matter. Ernest. Okay, I'm in 8th grade. God, are you happy now? I'm sure you were just dying to know. Yeah, good for you. Can I go now? I'm tired of taking old dudes who blame my generation for failing economy. Ouch. Ernest. Oh yeah, because I'm totally embarrassing you. Ernest puts his earbuds in and storms off to stand in the corner. Well, that was certainly something. He seems nice. Hugo puts his head in his hands and sighs. I'm so sorry. He's having a really rough time. As much as I want to be a cool dad, I have to be the authoritarian dad, and he's clearly resents me for it. I mean, I think a dad and a teacher, that's about as authoritarian as you can get. Honestly, are any of us cool dads? Is it even possible to be a cool dad? What? I'm cool as a cucumber. See, that right there. You can't say that. My kids think I'm cool. But for how long, Craig? How long do we get to be the cool dads? I don't know. I think we just have to accept the fact that as dads we become the machine we once raged against and accept our fate. So I unironically wear socks with sandals. Your kids may think you're cool now, but the moment they hit puberty, you're doomed. Amanda's 18 and she still thinks I'm cool.
Nice.
Across the yard, Amanda, I'm cool, right? Amanda just laughs. She keeps laughing. I see your point. As much as, well, we all want it, I don't think it's as important to be a cool dad as it is to be a good dad. We can't all be best friends with our kids. It just doesn't work. I mean, look at me and Ernest. Our job as parents is to make sure our kids turn out okay. Yeah, you're right, but it'd be nice to have it both ways. Hearing these guys talk about this makes me think of my relationship with Amanda. We get along so well, but there might come a time when it won't be like that. Is college when that happens? Don't let us eat up your time, Poser 67. Go meet some of the other people around the neighborhood. Robert and Brian. Let's go. I glance across the yard and notice Robert and Brian chatting over drinks. Man, I don't think I want to deal with being one-upped by Brian or whatever happened with Robert last night. Oh no, they caught me staring. Oh no, Brian's waving me over. Shoot. I flash a smile and walk over to them. Hey guys. Poser 67, how the heck are you? Settling into the neighborhood all right? Oh, you betcha. Got the living room in order at least? That's great to hear. I've been doing some living room work as well. Finally got the 50-inch in there. The game looks great in high def. Oh boy. Poser 67, have you met Robert yet? Yeah, we've met. Robert regards me over his whiskey. Good seeing you again. We were just talking about my most recent camping trip. Spent a night out in the woods with Daisy and Maxwell. She's definitely an outdoorsy one. Even caught her first fish. It's good to see you taking your daughter out like that. I bet she loved it. It's great that she loves the outdoors. Mine loves being inside. Brian raises his eyebrows at me. Being inside making art. She won a local competition for that art. Yep. Did I put that on too strongly? Robert stares at me blankly for a second. Anyway, I haven't gone camping in years. Not since the last time. Same here. Well, things change once you have a kid. Wait, what happened to the last time? Robert takes a long sip of whiskey. Well, Johnny Boy and me were out in the back country. Johnny Boy is a strong kid. Met him in the army, in my army days. Comes from Kansas. They build him tougher out there. Anyway, things go south pretty quick. Johnny Boy breaks his ankle, and when the rope bridge snaps, you can see that bone popping out through the skin. Johnny Boy's screaming now, crying for his mama, losing blood. We're 2 days out from the next living soul, and I'm here. And here I am with my dear friend bleeding out in front of me. I'm able to dress the wound, but now I got a fireman carrying a 6 foot, 180-pound man over some of the toughest terrain I've ever been in. I won't lie to you. There were moments during those 2 days when I thought about leaving old Johnny Boy, but you build a bond with your brothers in arms, and that bond never breaks. I got that boy back to civilization, but I lost some of me out there. I guess that's camping for you. What the fuck? Oh my fucking God. Brian and I stare in disbelief. Robert takes another long sip of whiskey. I'm just kidding. My friend John and I went inner tubing down the river and he lost a flip-flop. Missed that kid. Brian and I laugh nervously. Or am I kidding? Brian and I tense up again. I'm kidding. Phew. Amanda and Daisy barrel up to us laughing. Daisy is holding a paper plate in front of her like a steering wheel. We gotta get off this haunted truck. Oh no, the ghost locked the doors. Quick, hit the emergency escape button. Trucks don't have emergency escape buttons. Then hit the brake, I guess, and then we'll get out of the truck. Then the imaginary truck. Anyway, we're safe from the ghost, but how will we ever survive the Arctic tundra? Daisy, you might have to eat me. Are you prepared to do that? I'm prepared to do anything to survive. Jesus, that's cold-blooded. I like that. So Amanda's playing with a 10-year imagination with a 10-year-old and she's 18. That's so fucking weird. Although I'm not sure I have the materials required to properly cook you. You know, that reminds me of the last time I went skiing. Robert! Wait a second. Are you guys playing Long Haul Road Paranormal Ghost Truckers? Yeah, Amanda and I love that show. It's the best, especially the episode where Callum hides Flint's keys and Flint retaliates by breaking an ancient cursed urn and sending the spirit after him. Yeah, it's such a quality reality television. I don't watch a whole lot of television, but I do enjoy that show. That and war documentaries. All right, Daisy, I found us a couple of bugs. They're going to make a great meal. Lots of protein. Got to keep us from starving out here in this harsh, icy wasteland. But there's a whole table of food right over... Daisy, it's a game. We're playing pretend. It's what kids do. You're not a kid anymore. You're fucking 18. Live a little. Amanda gives Daisy a handful of gummy worms from the snack table. They eat them with mock disgust. Let's go find kindling for a fire. Okay. But not an actual fire, because we're playing pretend. Now you're getting it. Daisy and Amanda run off. What a cute couple of kids. Man, I've never seen her get along with anyone so quickly. I guess Amanda just sort of has a way with kids. That's kind of amazing. Daisy doesn't really get along with other kids her age. It's nice that he's not trying to one-up me this time. Maybe we can have a regular friendship after all. Really? She just kind of keeps to herself. Her teachers say she spends every recess in the library. I think the other kids are intimidated by her intelligence. There it is. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Amanda was shy at Daisy's age too. She was used to having a habit of crawling under tables and crying every time we took her to a restaurant. She's a bit... I didn't read that. That was funny though. Oh ho ho, kids, right? Gotta love them. You're required by law. I hear that. Well, since they're getting along so well, maybe we should try to put together a little play date for them. They do seem to get along really well, but the thought of continually hearing about all of Brian's accomplishments is rough. Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Go meet some of the other fellas. That was a lot shorter than the other one, but I guess the other one had 3. Also, the fuck with Brian, man. He's a fucking asshole. All right. Joseph and Damien. So while Joseph chatting with the guy from the Dead Gotham Beyond by the grill, I wonder what they're talking about. Walk over to them. Oh, Joseph. That's who Joseph is. Yeah, I don't like these two. I'm so curious. Can you walk me through why your house painted black? Where do I even start? The house stays warmer in the winter. It provides an artistic contrast to the rest of the neighborhood, and it complements the crimson interior perfectly. It's definitely an interesting choice. Thank you. I'm very proud of my abode. Poser67. I was just having a conversation with Damien here about his aesthetic design decisions. Damien regards me up and down in a warm... I didn't read that again. God, gotta stop clicking stuff before I'm done reading. How do you do? I don't believe I've had the pleasure. I think I saw you in Dead Gotham Beyond the other day. Damien's face turns bright red. I must apologize for my behavior on that day. You see, I take the goth lifestyle very seriously, and to be caught in a ruse by such a corporation as Dead Gotham Beyond was profoundly frustrating indeed. I hope you know that while my anger may have been justified, it was no such way for a gentleman to act. It's okay, man. Do tell me about yourself. Are you new to the area? Yes, my daughter and I just moved in the other day. She was the one I took to Dead Gotham Beyond. Very good taste on her part. Does she partake into the goth lifestyle? I think for a second. I look over to Amanda, who's hanging out with some of the older kids in the neighborhood.
Oh, my.
Hey, Amanda, would you consider yourself goth? Amanda yells back. I wouldn't necessarily try to fall under any specific label, but I guess if I had to choose, I would more describe myself as twee hipster with some normcore leanings. Bats are cool, though. Ah, pity.
Oh.
Are you enjoying the party so far? Bats are cool, though. Oh, definitely. Thanks so much for putting this on. It's nice to be in a cul-de-sac where everyone is so friendly and welcoming.
Aye.
Amanda walks up to the conversation. I also like The Lost Boys a lot. Really good movie. Does that count as goth? That it would, my dear. I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Damien Bloodmarch, at your service. Damien finishes a sentence with a flourish and a bow, producing a single rose and offering it to Amanda. Amanda blushes and returns the gesture with a curtsy. My, do you know how to treat a lady? Hello, Amanda. Hello, Amanda. Seemingly out of nowhere, Joseph's twin kids appear. Are they speaking in unison? Hey, won't you come play with us? Come play with us forever. Guys, enough with the creepy twin shtick. We've talked about this. Christian and Christy slowly back away. Where do you think they get that from? Mary pops into the conversation, wine in hand. I don't know. Mary takes a long sip of the wine. I think I might have taped over VeggieTales VHS with The Shining. Who knows? Yeah, VHS? Why the fuck are you have a VHS? She takes another sip of her wine. Where's Krish? Wasn't he with you? Had him a moment ago. He's probably stuffing dirt in his mouth. He'll be all right. Toddlers are pretty resilient. Mary tips her glass to me. Ain't my first time to the rodeo. It's my fourth.
Come on.
I've squeezed 4 little sweetheart. Would you do me a favor and please find Krish? That would be great.
Oh my god.
I'm sure he's fine. Mary.
Oh?
Okay, geez. I guess I'll just finish my wine over here. Mary finishes her wine and wanders off. Dad, can we go now? Ah, Lucian. Have I introduced you to Poser 67 yet? Oh, it's that fucker. That fucker who gave us the wrong directions. Hey, it's that punk from Amanda's school. I remember you. Whatever. That's no way for a young man to speak to his elders. Be polite. Lucian bows. Whatever, sir. Lucian bows again. Mr. Christensen, may I have a veggie burger? Sir. Coming right up, bud. Are you vegetarian? Yep. Make that 2 veggie burgers. Did you know that some people in the Victorian era were vegetarians? They described carnivorous type people as bloodlappers. Dad,
Hey.
that's really interesting, Damien. Damien's like that, like a fucking kid who was like all kind of nerdy and shit. That's what Damien is. He's the nerd kid in the group. Joseph turns to the grill. Just a hint of tattoo speaks out from the underneath his sleeve. I can't believe I didn't notice it before. It looks like the bottom of an anchor. Whoa, is that a tattoo?
Yeah.
Yep. I wasn't always a youth pastor, you know. That's so cool. Want to see mine?
Oh, my.
What? Lucian pulls back some rubber bracelets, revealing a lopsided 666 in the black ink. My buddy gave me a stick and poked tattoos last week. I think it's healing up pretty good. Lucian! Well, we'll talk about it later.
Hey.
That's pretty cool. What's the significance of the tattoo? I don't know. I just thought it looked sick.
Oh.
Well, in my opinion, the only reason you need to get a tattoo is because you want one. Careful, though, that number carries weight. Man, Joseph is way cooler youth pastor than I thought. I just figured youth pastors popped out of the womb with a Bible. I wonder what he did before preaching. And without further ado, let's work some magic. Joseph closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and gets to work with the greatest of ease as he sets patties on the grill, flourishing as he flips his spatula in the air. It's easily some of the best grill work I've ever seen. Jesus. You guys think this is my first time in front of a grill? He's working faster now, effortlessly tossing cheese onto patties and perfectly grilling onions on the side, one after another. The dad takes notice and crowd around Joseph to admire his masterful. The dads take notice. Admire masterful technique. You probably didn't know this, Poser 67, but Joseph's known around here for his grillmanship. He's ungrillevable.
Hey.
I've tried to get on his level, but I just can't catch up.
Hey.
Lettuce keeps him Let us keep studying. He has a rare quality about him. I see what you're doing here. Mustard, we keep talking about this. Can't we just appreciate the artist? I've never seen him make a mistake. Okay, we need to stop. This is getting too cheesy. Please stop. This is so good. All the children at the party boo the glorious display of puns in unison. Alright guys, the food's ready. Please form an orderly barbecue. Got her. Amanda groans. We all grab our food and hang out, enjoying perfectly cooked cheeseburgers.
Aye.
Man, it's so wild how all of us dads live in the same cul-de-sac. Kinda nice, isn't it? Feels like a real community here. It totally helps when you're just a single dad trying to raise a kid. We're happy to have you here, man. I think you're gonna like this neighborhood a lot. Plus, Amanda seems to be getting along with all the other kids. If she decides to get into the babysitting game, she'll really make a killing. Hey, why don't you add us on Dad Book? Dad Book? Yeah, it's a great social network for dads to keep in touch with each other. We're all on it, so if you ever need to reach out to anyone, that's the simplest way to do it. Sorry, I'm just old-fashioned dad. Social media goes over my head sometimes. Don't worry, Pops, I'll help you figure it out. The rest of the barbecue goes smoothly. We all trade stories and drink beer as the kids play on the lawn. Amanda breaks up a fight between Carmencita and those weird twins. I think they wanted her soul. Amanda and I walk back to our place and the sun sets over the neighborhood. Pretty funny, don't you think? I mean, I got a burger in me. I felt like it was a networking event. Wish I could have been playing Piranha. Yes. You and Daisy seemed like you were having way better time than I was. Because we were. Well, hey, at least you met some of the other cool dads. You should hit them up on the Dad Book. Maybe I will, if I ever figure out how social media works. I have a good feeling about this place. Me too, Dad. Nice. Oh, no, I missed it. Amanda and I arrive home with the remnants of veggie plate. Seems like nobody was really into the cauliflower. Any big plans? Oh, cauliflower is delicious. For this evening? Actually, yeah, I'm going to go out with some friends. Oh, is that okay? Of course. Just keep me posted and be home before midnight. You got it. And be careful. I will. Make good choices. Of course. And call me if you need anything. Dad, you're not going to do this thing where you wait silently for me to come home in the living room with all the lights off, are you? What? No, I've never done that, and I will never do that. Okay, do you have plans tonight? My plans were kind of to eat ice cream and watch TV with Amanda, but I'll find something to do. I'm gonna work on some stuff, see how long I can sleep for, throw a party. See how long I can sleep for. That's good. Work on some stuff. You know, dad stuff. I'm just relaxing tonight. Have fun, okay? Great. See you later. I watch Amanda drive off into the night, and I really do hope she has fun. I plop down in front of the TV and turn on some Wine and Dine Mastermind with celebrity chef Gavin Chapman. Looks like Gavin's making a roasted rack of lamb with rosemary mashed potatoes. I love to be able to cook like that, although I think if I was actually good at cooking, I'd use my powers for evil, like just making baked Alaskas all day instead of any food or of real nutritional substance. I don't know what a baked Alaska, like the fish? Man, Gavin Chapman just caught that thing on fire, but he meant to do it. What a professional. I lose track of time as I blaze through several episodes of Wine and Dine Mastermind and also one episode of some cooking show called Meat Hell. I'm not even sure what that one was about. It was just a lot of yelling. I glance at my watch. Man, it's almost midnight. I should check with Amanda, send a text. Hey kiddo, you good? I wander into the kitchen as I wait for a reply. Amanda's phone is almost always in her hands, so I'm sure she'll respond soon. Unless she's driving home now, in which case I hope she doesn't respond soon, because I definitely taught her better than to text and drive. I reach into the freezer and grab an ice cream sandwich. It's a little late for this, but I think I earned it after a long day of socializing. I check my watch again, and then my phone. Nothing yet. Okay, see, now I'm worried. Do I call her? Do I call the cops? No, it's too soon for that. I'll just send a gentle reminder text. What's up? Half an hour passes. Now I'm really worried. The episode of Gavin Chapman's Meat Hell are not only assuaging my anxiety, but possibly exacerbating it all with all the yelling, so I keep pacing around the house waiting for her to come back. Why didn't I find out where she was going, who she was even with? Why don't I know any of her friends' phone numbers? Why don't I even know any of her friends' full names? Who is Emma P? Oh my god. I decided to send her another text. Amanda, please text me and let me know you're doing okay. I can't help it, but I think of all the awful things that it could happen to her. Damn. Oh, thank God, it's her. Amanda opens the door, shuffles in. Finally, she's back home. I'm glad she's okay. Sup, sweetie, thank God you're safe. Yep. But now I know I'm really mad. Why didn't you answer my text? Amanda pulls her phone out of her pocket. Oh, whoops. Guess I didn't see those. She starts to walk to her room. Amanda? Whoa, we're pulling out the middle name now. I didn't see what her middle name was. Amanda, you came home an hour and a half after your curfew, and you didn't respond to any of my texts. You really freaked me out. I was about to call the cops. Dad, you're seriously overreacting. You're not going to be like this when I go off to school, are you? I don't like the attitude either. I have a right to be concerned. I was scared. I don't like your attitude. You can't talk to me like that. Are you serious? Stop threatening me like I am a child. And stop acting like one. I told you to check in with me and you didn't. How am I supposed to trust you to make good choices when you move out if you can't even check in with me? I sit down on the couch and put my head in my hands, feel tired all of a sudden. You really scared me. Just please don't do that again. All right, I'm going to go to bed now. Amanda closes the door to her room and I head to mine. Geez, as I'm falling asleep, one thing she said keeps echoing in my mind. You're not going to be like this when I go off to school, are you? All right, so we're going to call it there, guys. Good episode. It should have sound this time, I hope. If it doesn't, I'm going to be pretty pissed off. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Make sure you check out all my other games. This game reminds me a lot of Doki Doki Literature Club, which I also played and also have it on there. So if you haven't watched that, check it out. I'm worried now that this is going to turn really dark like Doki Doki that did, and it's freaking me the fuck out. So I'm hoping it just stays this lighthearted. But we're going to find out as we progress through this game. So I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye! He's such a poser.